So if you are planning to start a YouTube channel or you are already a YouTuber and probably struggling to grow your YouTube channel, then you need to listen up, because in this video, I'm going to speak about how to beat the YouTube algorithm. If you're already a YouTuber, by now you should know that in order for your YouTube channel to start making any sort of move and you start seeing growth, is for you to trigger the YouTube algorithm to promote your videos across the YouTube platform. I've been speaking about the YouTube algorithm several times in my YouTube videos, because it is important for you to understand the whole system called YouTube. The YouTube algorithm is not a human being and therefore has no emotion, harbors no prejudices. It's just a machine, a robot basically. All it does is to achieve one goal and one goal only for YouTube. That is to make YouTube money. In order for YouTube to make money, there needs to be eyeballs, a lot of eyeballs. And therefore the YouTube algorithm, its job is to ensure that it collects views for YouTube and keep these views for a long period of time watching videos on YouTube. If you create content that is searchable, basically what I mean is content that people are searching for when they go onto YouTube, the YouTube algorithm sifts through hundreds and hundreds of millions of videos in order to present a video that is relevant to the user that has searched for a specific topic. So basically this is what YouTube says. This is coming from the horse's mouth when it comes to the YouTube algorithm, what its job entails in order for your YouTube videos to be discovered on YouTube. And I quote, "The YouTube algorithm decides what people watch on YouTube 70% of the time. According to the Pew Research Center, 81% of American YouTube users say they regularly watch videos recommended by the algorithm." But I don't think it's only in America where when the YouTube algorithm recommends a video, people will click and watch this video. It happens here in South Africa as well. Most of the videos that I have watched and subscribed to the channels of those videos is because the YouTube algorithm had recommended a video of a certain YouTuber, and then I clicked, watched, and a long period of time watching that video. And if indeed I do like the content, then I will decide whether I'm going to subscribe to that channel. But what is important that the YouTube algorithm has achieved with me is that it recommended a video, I clicked on it, I watched, and I stayed for a long period of time watching that YouTube video. Hopefully for the YouTuber, I would subscribe to their channel. So as a startup YouTuber, you are still working on 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. You should be consistently fighting to trigger the YouTube algorithm to start recommending your videos to a wider audience on the platform. The only way that you can trigger the YouTube algorithm is for you to be consistent in uploading videos on your YouTube channel, and ensure that you study your analytics all the time so that you know how to best serve the people that are watching your YouTube videos and those that are subscribed to your YouTube channel. As I've said many a times before, that when you start a YouTube channel, it's a tough job to be a YouTuber, especially when you are starting out, because there's still a lot that you need to do, and you also need to improve yourself to the YouTube algorithm that you are indeed here to stay because you are serious about YouTube. Algorithm sees you being consistent in uploading videos, then it will definitely take your videos and promote them across the YouTube platform. Because remember, the number one job of the YouTube algorithm, it is views. Views equals money. That is exactly how YouTube continues to survive, is through making money via Google AdSense. Interestingly, when you post your first video or second video or third video, the YouTube algorithm, what it does is it takes your videos and still places it on home pages of YouTube users. If the users, they like what they see, especially your thumbnail, the title and topic of your YouTube video, then they will click and watch your videos. So this process is called impressions. Basically, impressions is where you post a video and the YouTube algorithm places it on people's home pages. If people click and watch your YouTube videos, then it is a good thing. But just clicking on your video is not enough. These people need to click and watch your video from the beginning to the end. Otherwise, the YouTube algorithm is not going to be triggered to think that this video was enjoyable, and therefore let me push it to more people and see if it's going to get the similar attention as it got with the few people that it had suggested your video to. So if you're a YouTuber, you have a YouTube studio, and then you go to your analytics, and then you go to impressions. Look at your impressions. If you're starting out, the YouTube algorithm will first suggest your video to about 20 people. If you will get 5 out of 20 people clicking and watching your video from the beginning to the end, then it's going to increase the impression to 100 people. If about 20 people or 30 people watches your video from beginning to end, and then it's going to promote it to 1,000 people. If you can get about 50 to 300 people watching your videos, then it's going to increase the impression to maybe 10,000 people. And I just hit 100 subscribers today. Thank you so much, guys, for subscribing to my YouTube channel. Hey, by the way, my name is Untitled Chapter. I'm the guy who wants you to avoid the unemployment line at the end of the global pandemic by starting your own YouTube channel and make money. My YouTube channel is all things YouTube, all things making money on YouTube. I also delve into financial lifestyle, and I also give tips, tricks, and hacks on how you can make extra income or side hustle. So if this is the type of content that you like, then subscribe to my YouTube channel and make sure that you hit the notification bell so that you do not miss any uploads from me. And I would also like you to do me one more favor by sharing my video far and wide so that more people who may be unaware that they can make money out of YouTube gets to discover this video and start their own YouTube channels. Because I strongly believe that YouTube may be the saving grace for many people, especially people that are unemployed and those that lost their jobs due to the global pandemic. So let's continue speaking about the YouTube algorithm and how you can beat the YouTube algorithm in 2021. So basically, impressions are almost exactly as a recommendation. So your click-through rate is influenced by the impressions. This is the very reason why your thumbnail, your title, and topic is so important when you create a YouTube video before posting it on your channel. So the more clicks you get and people watch your videos from the beginning to the end, the more likely you are also going to gain subscribers to your channel. That is why it's so important that you upload your YouTube videos consistently on your YouTube channel, because if you are not going to upload YouTube videos consistently on your YouTube channel, you will see that your impressions have dropped, because the YouTube algorithm realized that you were not serious to begin with in uploading videos on YouTube, and therefore the YouTube algorithm is not going to get people waiting and anticipating videos from you. I have mentioned earlier on that the YouTube algorithm is a machine. It harbors no prejudices. It doesn't know that the video is owned by a black person or a white person, a woman or a man, or a pink person, or whatever the case might be. The YouTube algorithm's job is one, and it is only that job, is to garner views for YouTube in order for YouTube to make money. So how does the YouTube algorithm really works? Let's get into those facts. Most of this video is me quoting what YouTube says about the YouTube algorithm, how the YouTube algorithm picks your videos and recommends them across the YouTube platform. So that is why it's so important that you listen up to this video, because it will explain to you, coming from the horse's mouth, how you can trigger the YouTube algorithm and how you can get your YouTube channel to grow. Your goal is to make sure that you break through the YouTube algorithm and beat it in order for it to recommend your YouTube videos to a wider audience on the platform. Always have that in mind when you start out as a YouTuber. If you haven't started out as a YouTuber, this is what you need to know in order for your YouTube channel to grow. So make videos for people. Don't make videos for yourself. Because if you are going to make videos for yourself, your videos are going to be all about you, a day in your life. You will be vlogging about things that people are not searching for on YouTube, and that is going to stagnate your growth on YouTube. 70% of YouTube traffic comes from recommended videos. Most YouTube channels grow from recommended videos or suggested videos, or videos that are placed on homepages by the YouTube algorithm. Your click-through rates, come from impressions. Actually, every YouTuber that has reached all these milestones, they understood one thing and one thing only: beating the YouTube algorithm and making sure that they upload their videos consistently on their channels. So there's nothing special about YouTube. You've got to upload videos consistently on your YouTube channel in order for you to grow your YouTube channel. So for you to understand the picture of YouTube algorithm and what its job entails, listen to what YouTube says. Over 500 hours of content uploaded by YouTube every minute. Finding what you need would be nearly impossible without some help sorting through all of the videos. So if you are going to upload your YouTube video, you are amongst millions, if not hundreds of millions of people around the world uploading videos onto YouTube. Now, obviously, when you upload your video, it's going to be buried in the thick of these hundreds or tens of millions of videos. But now you need to break through all these millions of videos. But what the YouTube algorithm does is it sorts these videos according to content. That is why it's very important that you choose a niche and niche down on it, so that when the YouTube algorithm sorts out videos, so that it knows to whom to send these videos to or recommend these videos to. And when it does recommend videos, you want your video to be recommended by the YouTube algorithm. Consistency enough, because that is the magic word that gets you to grow on YouTube. Yes, content is king, but content without you being consistent in uploading it on YouTube, it is useless. So it's so important that you take these two and marry them: content and consistency. They need to move together towards your YouTube growth, towards triggering the YouTube algorithm to take your content and promotes it to viewers. And that is how your YouTube channel is going to grow. The fastest way for your YouTube channel to grow is for you to hope that the YouTube algorithm suggests your videos to a bigger audience. I personally like to be recommended by the YouTube algorithm as opposed to being ranked high on search. Speaking of recommendation, this is what YouTube says. Once again, this is coming from the horse's mouth. Recommendations help you discover more of the videos you love, whether it's a great new recipe to try or your next favorite song. We share recommendations both on YouTube's homepage and in the Up Next section as a suggested of what to watch next when you are watching a video. So in a nutshell, what YouTube is saying here is, after hundreds of thousands or if not millions of videos uploaded on YouTube, after sorting it, it's going to find you your audience. It's audience that is interested in your type of content. So you see why it's so important that you create searchable content on YouTube, because the YouTube algorithm goes and fetch these views for you that are interested in the type of content that you create on your YouTube channel. Give yourself 3 months to 6 months after starting your YouTube channel and you will see growth. Whether it's going to be one person or two people or 5 people or 100 people, there are still subscribers nonetheless. So be patient. Come to YouTube with a patient mentality. Otherwise, you are not going to make it on YouTube. YouTube is extremely difficult, but once you have grasped the whole concept of YouTube, then it becomes easier and you will enjoy being a YouTuber. But if you are impatient, you are going to quit right before you start. Understand your viewers, understand what they are looking for. Why did they come and subscribe to your YouTube channel? Why are they viewing your YouTube videos? Create videos around that topic and turn that topic into your niche and grow your YouTube channel. So there are 4 factors that the YouTube algorithm looks for before it suggests your YouTube videos to a greater audience. So what are these 4 factors? Number 1, behavior and history of the viewers. Number 2, context. Number 3, quality and satisfaction. And number 4, direct feedback. These are the 4 factors that the YouTube algorithm looks at before it suggests the YouTube videos. But let's delve into these factors one by one in order for you to understand what it is expected of you by the YouTube algorithm before it takes your videos and recommends them to a greater audience on YouTube. So this is what YouTube says about behavior and history of the viewer. We take into account many signals, including your watch history and search history, if enabled, as well as the channels you have subscribed to. In a nutshell, what YouTube is saying is it looks at the YouTube users' previous watch history, what videos they were watching and what channels they are subscribed to in order to recommend your videos to a greater audience. If your channel is about baking, it is not going to take your video and recommend them to people that are interested in beauty industry or beauty or the beauty niche. It's not going to make sense. Instead, it's going to take your videos that is about baking to people that are interested in baking, because these people have watched videos previously about baking. I hope that makes sense. It basically studies the behavior of the viewers in order for the YouTube algorithm not to make the mistake of recommending videos to the wrong audience for a specific type of content. The YouTube algorithm in 2021 is interested in watch time. Videos that you are going to create in 2021, ensure that they are clickable and watchable from beginning to the end. That is what the YouTube algorithm is interested in 2021. Watch time obviously is generated by views. Remember, the YouTube algorithm's number 1 job is to find views for YouTube in order for YouTube to make money. And for YouTube to make money, you as a YouTuber must create a video that people click on, watch for a long period of time after clicking on your video. Let me repeat that but differently. Create content that people are interested in, because if people are interested in your content, they are going to click on your video, sit and watch your video for a long period of time after clicking. Hopefully they are going to watch from the beginning of your video to the end of your video, and once they have done that, then you have accomplished your job in triggering the YouTube algorithm. But it is not just with one person. The next person as well who will click on your video must watch from beginning to end, and the next person and the next person and the next person and the next person. Basically, this means that your YouTube video, it is interesting for people to watch, and therefore the YouTube algorithm takes that video and then recommends it to a wider audience, and as a result you start seeing growth in terms of views as well in terms of subscribers. Your videos must be able to convert a viewer into a subscriber. Number 2, context. And this is what YouTube says about context, and I quote, "We also consider your context, such as your country and time of day. For example, this helps us show you locally relevant news." In a nutshell, understand where your audience are based. The best example is the YouTube algorithm is not going to suggest to you relevant news that is happening in Kenya, and yet you live in South Africa or you live in the US or Canada. And it's also not going to recommend news that is happening, relevant news that is happening in Canada to a British person, because that is not going to make sense. On top of that, time zones are different. Number 3, quality and satisfaction. What YouTube says about quality and satisfaction, and I quote, "Another factor YouTube's recommendation system considers is whether others who click on the same video watch it to completion, a sign that the video is higher quality or enjoyable, or just clicked on it and shortly after starting to view the video they click away." So there are very important points that this factor mentioned. Now, if people indeed do click and then watch your videos from the beginning to the end after clicking, then you have triggered the YouTube algorithm. But the opposite is what's going to hurt your YouTube video, is when people click on your YouTube video, but they stay for a very short period of time and then click off. That way you have actually messed up the YouTube algorithm to promote your YouTube videos. And that is not what you want as a YouTuber. People click and watch your video from the beginning to the end. It tells the YouTube algorithm that the people enjoy this video and therefore it is worth pushing to a bigger audience. And then if the bigger audience click and watch your video for a long period of time, then the YouTube algorithm will then push it to even bigger audience. Remember the impressions that I spoke about earlier on? Right now I'm at 11,000 impressions, and the more I upload videos on YouTube and the more of you watch my videos, then the 11,000 is going to grow to 20,000, to 50,000, to 100,000, to even millions of people that the YouTube algorithm is going to push my videos to. The more people it pushes my videos to, the more I gain views and subscribers as a result. And that's how you grow your YouTube channel. And that's how you beat the YouTube algorithm. But we're not done yet in how to beat the YouTube algorithm. Let's go on about this point. By quality, they basically mean that your video, if your video is watched from beginning to end, that means your video has high quality and therefore people are enjoying your content, and therefore the YouTube algorithm takes the video and promotes it to a greater audience. So factor number 4, direct feedback. I'm sure you have seen this before, where you watch a video and then out of the blue a survey pops up. Or sometimes you will see a survey at the bottom of the video before you click and watch it, rated between 1 to 5. So that's how basically the YouTube algorithm will know that this video or this YouTuber is of quality, and therefore it collects this data from YouTube users, and they like your content, they are going to rate you high. But if you are a YouTuber that is clickbaity, you are not going to be rated high, and therefore the YouTube algorithm, after collecting all this data, it is not going to suggest your YouTube videos. If you are going to create videos about a day in your life and yet nobody knows you, you are going to get low rates. And when you get low rates, the YouTube algorithm is going to assume that this video is not satisfying, it is not of high quality, and therefore it will never see the day of light on YouTube. Nobody will ever know that there is such a video on YouTube. And then you will wonder, why am I not growing on YouTube? It's because of the type of videos that you are creating and posting on YouTube. Create videos that are made for people. There are a variety of things that you can talk about that people are searching for on YouTube. Baking, fashion, makeup, YouTube itself. The day in your life can come when you are known by the people that are subscribed to your YouTube channel, and they are loyal subscribers and viewers to your YouTube channel. Then you will get away with a day in your life, because people are going to be interested to know how exactly do you live your day in your life. Right now, nobody knows you and nobody cares. So don't do those videos, and the YouTube algorithm is not going to push that video of yours, because nobody is searching for it. You understand? Please don't get me wrong on a day in your life. Yes, some people do get away with it, but the most of us will not get away with it. So it is safe not to do this type of videos. That includes vlogging. And I'm not saying it is wrong for you to vlog, but you must understand the danger of vlogging when you are still a new YouTuber, because once again, nobody knows you to care about your vlogs. So this is what YouTube's saying about direct feedback. We also ask users directly about their experience with individual videos and our recommendation systems using random surveys that appear on their homepage and elsewhere. Throughout the app, we use this direct feedback to fine-tune and improve these systems for all users. Views are the number one concern for the YouTube algorithm. It doesn't care about everything else, it's the views, because views equal money for YouTube. If you can understand that, then you are well on your way to YouTube growth. So in conclusion, understand that content is king. Have content that is made for people, and then be consistent in uploading this content on your YouTube channel, and people click and watch your YouTube video from beginning to end, and the YouTube algorithm, it is beaten, and therefore your channel grows. So that is how you are going to beat the YouTube algorithm in 2021. So if you think that this video has added some value to your YouTube journey, please give this video a thumbs up. And if you enjoy the type of content that I do, all things YouTube, then subscribe to my YouTube channel and click the notification bell so you are notified every time I upload a new video. Also, please share this video far and wide and comment down below. And if you have any questions about the YouTube algorithm and how to understand the YouTube algorithm, if you didn't understand something that I said in my video, hey, feel free to hit me up on the comment section. I'll be more than happy to answer your questions, because anyways, I enjoy hearing from you. And who knows, your comment as well will also give me an indication what video I should do next. You can even suggest video ideas that you would like me to make. I'll be more than happy to make those videos. So thank you so much for watching. Let me see you again in my next upload. Goodbye.